Hey everyone, this is a little bit of an off-the-cuff update, I guess, which nobody will ever see, and I'm completely aware that I'm sending this into the void, but I feel like I should talk about it regardless. I haven't been streaming on here for the past 2 weeks because I got another community guidelines strike. For whatever reason, YouTube, I don't know, they hate me or something. So I have gotten active copyright strikes because I watched AGDQ, and apparently usually a bigger company will be like, hey, can you take this down, you know, whatever, I'll have to, you know, do it for you. Nah, AGDQ is fucking crazy with the ban hammer, but that's not really what I'm talking about here. Sure, like I'll take responsibility for that 100%, but the big thing here is these active community guidelines strikes, which I just got my second one 2 weeks ago. All of my strikes have been for spam, deceptive practices, and scams. All of them. Even starting on my warning on July 21st, where me and my girlfriend tried absinthe for the first time. It was a Thursday morning stream, whatever, and I appealed that because I've never scammed or put out spam or deceptive practices in my life. Like I don't know what they were talking about, and then I read over their guidelines and everything, and my knowledge, I haven't done anything to break those guidelines. So on July 21st I did that, and then I got our first real strike on December 22nd 2022 for, you guessed it, spam and deceptive practices and scams. Of course I appealed it, and they immediately said the appeal was rejected. I actually cannot go to the video because they took it down, and I normally don't save videos to my computer, so that's great. Just recently on February 21st, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, it was as I always put, a sexual Monday night stream. We listened to synthwave, saxophone kind of stuff. I was streaming Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, and they got me again with spam and deceptive practices, and I do not know why. And this one really fucking pissed me off because I did nothing wrong. I literally just streamed that game. I was thinking, that's interesting. So maybe Square didn't like that or anything, but I was like, no, that wouldn't make sense, because then I would have gotten another copyright strike. It wouldn't have been spam, deceptive practices, or whatever. So just to cover my tracks and make sure, Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line does have live streaming guidelines. And if you read through this, it says the songs not permitted for use are these songs which are normally licensed to other performers, and they'll make the song, and Final Fantasy will use that in their games. Regardless, one way or the other, I have never played those on stream at all, ever. And then they have some songs here not permitted for monetization, which I really don't care. I'm not even monetized yet. I have a little over 200 subscribers. And then they have some other stuff, which is, I've never violated any one of these rules, but again, I don't think, even if I did, that this would be a warrant for spam, deceptive practices, and scams. So this was kind of the one that it's really irritating, because the other two was like, okay, maybe I somehow did something that was like that. It's like, okay, but whenever I got the second one, I'm like, no, this is fucking bullshit, because I have not done anything in any realm that is wrong or against YouTube's policies. So everyone was saying, you know, go to Twitter, talk to Team YouTube. They usually help people, right? So I went there, and this is where it gets really annoying, and I am kind of being a little bitchy about this, but I think that I'm in the right. And normally, if I fuck up, I'm gonna tell you I fucked up. Like, that's fine, you know. But at this point, I fucking know I am in the right on this one. So I talked to Team YouTube. Team YouTube looked at my video. They're like, you know, we'll get back to you with the decision. Thanks for bringing this up. And they said, we are still keeping your video down. We've taken it off there. You're keeping the strike. We've determined that you violated you know, whatever, spam, deceptive practices and all that. That's when I got very angry, and I'm still at that level, because the fact now is that if I do another stream on here and follow all the rules, I mean, evidence has shown that I do that and I get strikes. If I follow all the rules again, I'm going to get banned. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do until these strikes go away in May? So I've been contacting Team YouTube almost every day, and I know I'm a like single-celled amoeba in the grand scheme of YouTube. I can't let this go. So I replied to them and I asked them, please give me examples of what spam, or give me examples of what deceptiveness or scams that I caused in my video, where I literally was just playing Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. They responded back and they're like, oh, you know, look at this page, read through this, you know, so you don't violate any of the laws again. They told me to read through this page, and it says like, oh, you know, if you're posting content, video spam, content that's excessively posted, repetitive, or untargeted, that does one or more of the following, promises viewers they'll see something but instead directs them off site. I've never done that my entire life. Get clicks, views, or traffic by promising viewers that they'll make money fast. If I knew how to do that, I wouldn't be on YouTube. You know, I've never done that anyway. Sends audience to sites that spread harmful software, to gather personal info, etc., etc. Never done that in my entire life. Misleading metadata or thumbnails. And this one's interesting because this was when I was streaming, right? And my metadata for my streams has always been the same. It covers a wide range of stuff that we may do for this stream. I'm talking like music, reaction videos, gaming, of course, science stuff, astronomy, sci-fi, fantasy shit. Like, that's the whole point of my channel, is like, it's a slice of me. So I just use that to cover all bases, because I do talk about that usually in one way, shape, or form on any stream that I do. Streams can go off the rails and I'll go on tangents and look up crazy shit like olive season in Italy. We did that one night. So I don't have misleading metadata or thumbnails. Everyone's seen my thumbnail. It's an AI art generated of the quote-unquote synth mage. I haven't done that. Like, nothing there violates anything. So scams, content offering cash gifts, get rich quick schemes, pyramid schemes, etc. That was kind of like up here. Again, I've never done that in my entire life. Incentivization spam, content that sells engagement metrics like views, likes, comments, or any other metric, sub for sub, like, you know, gaming the system as it were. I've never done that. If I did that, I would be much higher than 200 subs. I'm quite sure of it. Comment spam, comments where the sole purpose is to gather personal info from viewers, misleadingly drive viewers off YouTube, perform any prohibited behaviors. Again, never done that. Untargeted or repetitive comments, I don't do that either. So here we are at the last thing, live stream abuse, which I was live streaming at the time, and about an hour and a half in, I got disconnected from chat because I have chat in its own thing. It says you've been disconnected. My internet was fine. I'm like, I just got another motherfucking strike, didn't I? Turns out, yes. So they took my stream down, gave me a spam strike. This is the only thing that could ever cover what they did, live stream abuse, but let's read what it is. Live streams intended to stream content that belongs to somebody else. Okay, I could understand them doing that because I was playing Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm, but like I showed earlier, I used Square Enix's rules for that, so I have done nothing wrong there. And it says are not corrected after repeated warnings of possible abuse. I never got a warning, so if they did that, I never saw it, so I don't know. Channel owners should actively monitor their live streams and correct any potential issues in a timely manner. At that time, there were no issues. So, It says this policy applies to videos, descriptions, comments, live streams, all the stuff on YouTube. Keep in mind this isn't a complete list. Well, that's fucking great. You're the largest video sharing site on the entire internet, and we don't have a complete list of all the infractions that we could get. So that's great. Love that. And says, please note these apply to external links in your content. I don't believe I have any links in my content other than maybe my Twitter. I don't know why that would be an issue. If it were, all of my other streams would have gotten taken down anyway. This can include clickable URLs, verbally directing users to other sites in video, as well as other forms. Again, super great that they have that explicitly spelled out. So I contacted Team YouTube, like I said earlier, and they upheld the strike and the takedown. I know nobody's going to give a flying fuck about this or my Twitter, my constant Twitter, call them inquiries to Team YouTube. I get that. I get that. I'm not expecting anything to come from this, but god damn it, I cannot let it go. So I've started sending Team YouTube that I would like examples, specific examples in my video of what I did wrong. I think that's a fair ask. Is that not a fair ask? Like, give me 3 examples of what I did wrong and how I did it. And they replied with a link to this page, the one that we just read. And then they said, thank you for understanding. I don't understand, because I've read this page like a fucking million times and I've done nothing wrong, like at all, in any way, shape, or form. So I keep asking them, are you going to show me examples of why you took my video down? Are you still going to ignore me when I'm asking for examples, because I think that's a fair ask? And no, they'll either ignore me, which is to be expected, or they'll link me this stupid fucking page that has no helpful information at all. Right now, I'm basically going back to Twitch, probably for several months. Like I said at the beginning of this, because if I stream again and follow all their rules, I'm going to be banned from the evidence of the past. Like, I don't know in what universe that makes sense, but if I do everything that they say correctly, they will ban me. So any comments, suggestions, share this around. Like, I don't know. I have no fucking idea where to go from this, because why should I take the risk of streaming when I'm just going to be punished for doing exactly what they say? Anyway, that's my rant. I will keep uploading videos on YouTube. I do have quite a bit already in the docket, as they would say, mostly the Final Fantasy stuff. I might try and upload my Twitch streams to YouTube so nobody can view them over here. That's pretty much it. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's fine. It's at Evanglare, of course. I'm going to keep doing it. It's the fucking principle of the thing. They will not tell me what I did wrong, and they punished me for it. That's like throwing someone in jail, and the guy you're throwing in jail is like, why are you throwing me in jail? And then they'd be like, well, doesn't matter. Go in there. So, I don't know. Absolutely fucking irritating. And I am looking for alternatives. I've made Rumble, a Rumble account, and I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Evanglare. Few people from YouTube that know the situation, but I don't know. I'm here to take any kind of comments on what I should do. I'm hoping that maybe some fucking astronomically low chance that someone that does have impact will see this video and try and be the voice of the community. I don't know. I'm just kind of fucking worn out at this point. So thank you for watching this. If you stayed all the way until the end, I guess I'll see you on Twitch. Take it easy.